Weights and Downer. You or someone you know has lost the ability to earn a living because someone put the company interest before their well-being. In times like these, there's one firm who has handled hundreds of catastrophic and lost earning cases. Before you settle fast with a company's attorney, give Weights and Downer a call. 985-876-0870. Weights and Downer. Let us fight for your rights.
Everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Thanksgiving is always a great time for everybody to get together as a family. The day after Thanksgiving, known as Black Friday. So a lot of extra people will be out shopping and doing all those kind of things. Here to talk a little bit more about how the Terrebonne Sheriff's Office will patrol things. Blake Tabor, First Lieutenant. Thanks for being here, Blake. It's not quite like it used to be, right? It's not midnight where they storming Best Buy. But still a big deal that it's still a traditional day that people are out and about, and you guys have to be ready for it, right?
Absolutely. Look, it seems like any time that we're not prepared for something, and historically speaking, what we've seen is the numbers of people standing outside of stores and preparing in the late to early morning hours has really diminished over the last few years. I think the boom of online sales and online things that are going on really helps diminish that. But the minute we stop and we're not prepared, the worst is going to happen. So it'll be business as usual for the sheriff's office during this high peak.
So is that midnight?
Season.
That means midnight, or what does that mean?
Yeah, so we'll have additional patrols out throughout the night and in the early morning hours. When those times are most visible during the day, theoretically, day and early evening hours up until dusk, we will have additional patrols out in the parking lots as well.
Extra presence too, though, right? Because that's a lot more people. This is not just a Houma thing, right? When you talk about Martin Luther King, it's a regional hub. I talk to people from Franklin and Morgan City and Raceland and Thibodeau, obviously, that all come and shop here. So it's a big day. So you guys have to have a presence. Does that also include shoplifting, those kind of things?
Absolutely. And every year we see our numbers sort of elevate during that time. And again, I think it's a situation where people are going to take advantage of the heightened numbers that are out in the stores because it's impossible to watch everybody at one time. So, we feel like they can be really suspicious and they can do their business and steal. But, we're always out there to make sure that does not happen.
Sure. Now, you guys don't have the stores have extra security themselves? Is that how? Do they hire police? I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've had a detail schedule at Walmart for years now. I mean, this has been going on for probably 25 plus years. So that store will be manned with extra security, and then a lot of these different stores will hire security during the holiday season, which is what we typically see. So businesses that may not have security on an everyday basis we'll have those during the heightened shopping season.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know if that was local guys or if that's just
sure, and it does, and that kind of changes from time to time. We've had details at Best Buy where we've worked, Bed Bath and Beyond, Lowe's, places like that, and then sometimes they'll bring in armed security guards to kind of handle that. It just kind of depends on what resources are available at the time for us.
Now, thank goodness we haven't had like some of the things you see online, California, I guess, where, you just have 30 people run in and run out of store.
Absolutely.
We haven't dealt with that too much.
Now, look, and,
but it could happen.
Absolutely, it could. And you hear these ones that are sort of national stories with people going into Ulta, stores, and we've had that happen here. It wasn't during these peak shopping seasons, but again, anytime they're going to try to create stress and chaos, we have to be prepared for that, and we have to do our due diligence to make sure we're stopping that.
Yeah, I mean, look, because they'll have to start their own online stores with all the stuff they stole from all of those things. It was a couple of years ago we had all those little ATVs that were taken off of highway. It was at West Park, I guess.
Absolutely, and look, you never know what they're going to be targeting. We've seen years where it's electronics. We've seen years where it's specifically phones. We've seen years where it's high-end household goods, and so with technology zooming like it is, who knows what's the next best thing? I mean, there are machines out there that are being sold in stores that will not only sweep, but it'll mop your floor.
Right.
And these things are $1,500. Right. How easy is it for someone to come in and try to grab some of those?
Yeah.
They're bigger boxes and there's a lot more challenge to it. But again, we have to be ready to meet that challenge.
Oh, absolutely. So with that talking about online and those kind of things, there's always scammers out there too, right? Which is also part of what you guys do.
Absolutely.
So I guess people should be aware this time of year, if anybody's got a little extra money, somebody might be trying to take it from you.
Absolutely. And look, we have been dealing with this pretty heightened for the last 6 months. And it's just about people making good choices. If something seems off, it's probably off. Someone is not calling you to give you money. If they're asking for gift cards in payment for other services, it's not legit. Anytime if someone calls saying they're a law enforcement officer or an official person such as law enforcement, it's probably not going to be us taking your money, which leads into, the tax season and the potential for scams when it comes to that sort of thing.
Well, that's our next one. So property taxes are due. The sheriff's department, the sheriff's office collects taxes for our community. So what is happening now? You're not going door to door and just grabbing a...
We are not going to door, and we are trying to streamline this again. So, if your taxes aren't paid by this deadline, we're not coming in with our SWAT team to kick you out and physically remove you from your home. This is not television. We don't do that. There's a process that we'll undergo for that. But what we are asking is people to do their due diligence and make sure that these taxes are in and paid on time. And the way to do that is they can visit our tax office at 3441 West Park Avenue, which we always encourage to go face to face. We have built a brand new facility for our tax office there, and the young ladies that work in there are extremely pleasant and wonderful people. So it would be a great experience for you to learn where that's at. If not, those resources can be looked at on our Facebook page and also on our website. We always encourage people to take care of those things in person.
But
however,
you guys are not going to be calling and saying, hey, you owe us money, get your credit card ready.
Get some gift cards and pay it to us in the form
Bitcoin.
of Best Buy gift cards or Bitcoin. We don't do that.
We don't do that. So pay in person or go online and pay directly.
Absolutely.
All right, Blake. Well, thanks so much. Have a happy holidays as well.
You too.
All right, we'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.